Pole position on the left-hand side, that is Sam Bird, his 5th pole position, and he did it with a damaged car. Alongside him on the front row of the grid is the reigning Formula E champion Jean-Eric Vergne in the DS Techeetah car. Then in 3rd place on the left-hand side, the Nissan Edam's entry of Sebastian Buemi. He too a champion in this series a few years ago. Alexander Sims with his best ever qualifying, although it's only his 2nd race for the BMW I Andretti Motorsport team. Behind him on the grid is Mitch Evans for the Jaguar Racing team. He made a mistake in qualifying and is down in 5th. Antonio Felix da Costa given a penalty and he's in 6th, Dario.
Yeah, a penalty, still in 6th, championship leader. Expect a strong race from him today. Debutant
Pascal Wehrlein did a great job to qualify in 7th place, just ahead of Robin Freins, who claimed he underdrove for the first time in his career to be down in 8th on the grid. 9th is Nelson Piquet in the other Jaguar, the Brazilian, just in front of Jerome D'Ambrosio in the white and red Mahindra. 11th is Lucas di Grassi.
Lucas di Grassi had a tough race in Saudi Arabia, a water pump failure this morning. Expect one of his normal charges to the front.
Oliver Rowland starts in 12th position for the Nissan Edam's team, just in front of Jose Maria Lopez in the Geox Dragon squad on the left-hand side. Then it's Oliver Turvey, who had brake issues in qualifying, decided to go for the lap anyway, so all in all was pretty happy with 14th place on the grid. He's just in front of Felipe Massa.
Felipe Massa is loving being in Formula E. He's loving getting his sleeves up and fighting and having some really good battles. Expect more of that today.
The next Audi is Daniel Abt. He starts in 16th position on the grid, just in front of Eduardo Mortara, Felipe Massa's teammate at the Venturi team. Then it's Tom Dillman, who didn't have a particularly strong qualifying for the Neo squad. And then HWA, a new team to the championship. They did not have a good session. Gary Paffett down in 19th place on the grid. 20th position is Andre Lotterer. He made a mistake in qualifying. He's Jean-Eric Vergne's teammate at DS Techeetah. Maxi Gunter hit the wall, and then same old, I'm afraid, for Stoffel Van Dorn. His car broke down in qualifying, and he's at the back of the grid. What does he have to do to get a break? So the car's kicking up a huge amount of smoke as they pull into their grid slots. The start here crucial. A fairly quick left-hander at turn 1. And this is going to be a fascinating race, over 45 minutes plus 1 lap. The championship leader, Antonio Felix da Costa, is starting in 6th place on the grid. It's Sam Bird on pole position on the left-hand side for the Envision Virgin team. Reigning champion Jean-Eric Vergne is alongside him on the front row. All 5 lights are on. And we go green in Marrakesh. Good start from Bird, also good start from Sebastian Buemi. He might be able to challenge Vergne on the run down into the first corner. Vergne goes for it out of nowhere, and Vergne spins. The reigning champion is facing backwards at turn 1. The two HWAs collide with each other as well. Vergne just too late on the brakes. He had nowhere to go.
No, he looked down the other side of the curb, but unfortunately at that point he then had to come back out onto the track. And Sam Bird and him came together. Not his smartest move I've ever seen him make. I don't know if there was a braking issue, what was going on there.
Sam Bird, it is leading the way. Alexander Sims has got himself up into 2nd place. Da Costa's gone from 6th up into 3rd. So a big loser in all of that was Sebastian Buemi, who's down to 13th position. There's a few cars off there. Oh, Pascal Wehrlein straggling the curb on the exit of turn 5. A huge bunch of cars here. Andre Lotterer and Tom Dillman going side by side as they come down into turn 7. But it's Sam Bird who leads the way. Oh, Lotterer with a big lockup, just about managed to get it stopped. But Bird in the lead, Alexander Sims in 2nd, the British one too, Antonio Felix da Costa 3rd. Robin Freins has gone from 8th up into 4th place. He's there in the 2nd purple DS car. Then it's Jerome D'Ambrosio up into 5th place. Damage to the front of Lucas di Grassi's car. You said we were expecting one of his storming drives. He's gone from 11th to 6th in a minute and a half.
That's quite impressive. But let's see how much that damage on Lucas di Grassi's car is going to cost him in lap time.
And in case you're wondering why nobody dipped into the attack zone, it's because you can't do it until 2 laps are complete.
Across the line at the end of lap 1, Sam Bird leads.
Over the Nissan going down the inside.
Oh, that's brave stuff from Buemi, and he's up the inside and past Mitch Evans. A little bit of contact further back as Lotterer tries to force his way through as well. But that now is 13th place for Sebastian Buemi. Mitch Evans down to 14th.
Forward too, in a hurry. We know that DS Techeetah has pace. Lotterer's really showing it. And I have to say, Jean-Eric Vergne's going to have to show it if he's going to fight his way back to the front.
Sam Bird leads, then it's the 2 BMWs in 2nd and 3rd. Alexander Sims ahead of Antonio Felix da Costa.
And if you're Sam Bird, you've seen that your main opposition, he's not in your mirrors anymore, and that gives you just a little bit more breathing room, just to calm it down just a little bit. You think, if I'm him, I'm worried now about da Costa. We've seen da Costa's pace. in Saudi, said it this morning as well. He's the guy I'm going to keep my eye on. No disrespect to Alexander Sims, but he is still a rookie.
Well, in that first race a month ago, the DS Techeetah team of Lotterer and Verne were seen as the team to beat. They got penalties and still managed to finish in second place. There you can see the usable energy remaining on the left-hand side. Fairly self-explanatory. It started at 100%. If you're down to 0%, you're in trouble. But I think you're absolutely right. Sam Bird will feel a bit less of a threat from the BMWs and the DS Techeetahs, but it's still not going to be easy.
And Verline and Van Dorn in the pits. Didn't see what happened there. Did any of you guys see?
Verline straddled the curve,
yeah,
didn't he, on the exit of turn 5. Whether he picked up damage there, as for Stoffel Van Dorn, I'm not sure. But the top two are pulling away here. Bird ahead of Sims. There's attack mode there, and it's activated now, so you can go through it if you want.
Recall, the two HWA race lap cars of Paffett and Van Dorn collided on lap 1. There may have been damage for Stoffel in that incident.
You can see the marbles. Can you see the marbles on the outside as we see Andre Lotterer going to try? Yeah.
Wow, up the inside of Buemi.
That was Oliver Rowland, was it? No, that was Buemi.
Yeah, I think it was Buemi, because Rowland's up in 10th place.
Wow.
He's going to be next on
Buemi's
Lotterer's
not an easy man to pass.
No, Buemi got caught out in it all, I think, as well. So attack mode is now activated. You get 2 opportunities that you have to use it throughout the race, and it lasts for 4 minutes. It increases your power from 200 kilowatts to 225 kilowatts, but you'll lose time activating it, but then you will gain time when you are using it. Here's a look at the start then. Jean-Eric Verne doesn't get a great start. It's like he's defending from Buemi and just doesn't break. The black and gold Techeetah car there.
I don't know if I really don't know what he's thinking, unless there was an issue with the brakes, because you didn't even see a lock-up or anything. Let's watch
So look
him
back
very
from Sam
closely.
Bird.
Watch the gold and black car, Jean-Eric Verne directly behind.
Oh. And Bird doesn't give him any room because he simply doesn't see him coming, because why would he be coming?
Sam went in there on the limit, so he's not he's not going to be worried about somebody doing a move like that. Look at the dust being kicked up.
Oh. That's where Alexander Sims got through as well, up the inside.
Buemi losing all of those places. All those hard-won places. Let's see we might see where Lucas Di Grassi picks up the damage. Watch the left front.
Oh, steaming in.
3 contact.
He hit the Mahindra.
Yeah. And that was, which Mahindra? Oh, that's Verline, so that's why he's in the pits, and now out of the race in his debut. That's a real shame for Verline.
Oh, that's not going to help.
That was anger. I think he's literally broken it there. But Pascal Verline, a great job in qualifying, slams the door. So Da Costa is past Sims, up into second place then. The 2 BMWs have swapped places. Antonio Felix Da Costa in second. Third is Alexander Sims. A reminder about attack mode, it has to be used twice during the race. Each attack mode lasts 4 minutes, and it gives them a 12% battery increase, 25 kilowatts of power. So 200 is their normal level. Now they go to 225 if they activate the attack mode.
But it costs you time to activate the attack mode. But 12% extra power.
It's punchy.
Yeah, it's
so keep an
incredible.
eye on your regen level and use balance as you need to.
And it's Stephen Lane, Sam Bird's engineer, saying just keep an eye on everything, really. Anyone using attack mode this time around, they tend to wait till quite a way into the race
Yellow T5
before they use their attack mode. There's a yellow at turn 5, which is where Bird is coming up to now. No one appears to be stopped on the circuit, so maybe just a bit of debris or something from where Andre Lotterer in particular got a bit feisty at the chicane earlier on.
Some of the teams were telling me this race actually should be a little bit longer than last year, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so energy saving is going to be key, which is where you're sort of guys like Lucas Di Grassi. Oh, there we go.
That's Paffett.
Look at the damage on the side of the car from where he
yeah,
oh, look at the
he's got a
return.
puncture.
The
Yeah.
rear right, there is an exit. There
wonder
are
if-
marshals on the rear right.
If that was
Toto Wolff, the boss of Mercedes-Benz Motorsport, is here, and he's in the HWA garage watching with Alejandro Agag, and that's oh, the name escapes me. James Vowles behind, isn't it? The chief strategist of the Mercedes team.
they're bringing the big guns out, aren't they?
Yeah. The Mercedes Formula One team, I should specify. So Gary Paffett has pulled over, puncture, and that is the end of his race. And he came together with Stoffel Van Dorn at the start, so I think both HWAs are out of the race.
Here we go. Let's see.
We're seeing a replay
yeah,
of...
tyres already
oh,
gone.
yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, tyres already gone by that point, Jack.
So both of that is from the two HWAs colliding at the start.
These guys, these poor team of HWA, they need some track time to start to understand the car, understand the race better, all the intricacies of Formula E. As we see the pass for second, the replay, Antonio Felix da Costa into turn 3.
That was not quite team orders, but that wasn't a fight, was it?
No point holding up your teammate at this point, because he'll get past you eventually if he's that much quicker.
Yeah.
If I'm Alexander Sims, I'm quite happy to sit behind him and learn how he saves energy. It's one thing doing it on the simulator, quite another thing on the track. You see Roger Griffiths, team boss of BMW Andretti.
And Alexander Sims is an incredibly. Here's a look at the drivers that have climbed up the highest. Daniel Abt has made up 7 places, but the big losers obviously Verlaine from 7th out of the race. Piquet dropped 10 places, Verne dropped 15, but he's quietly making his way back up the order as we see the damage to the front of Lucas de Grassi's car.
So with 5 laps complete, Sam Bird leads away from pole. Antonio Felix da Costa, his teammate Alexander Sims, Robin Frijns, Jerome D'Ambrosio, Lucas de Grassi. Then a gap to this group of Oliver Turvey, Jose Maria Lopez, Daniel Abt, Oliver Rowland, and Eduardo Mortara, celebrating his 32nd birthday today. And there is Jean-Eric Verne, the reigning series champion, coming through to take 16th place away from Tom Dillman.
So Verne continues his climb up the order.
He needs not to panic here, Jack. That's the thing. If he starts to panic, he's going to make some ill-advised moves. We see someone using attack mode.
So that is a Max Gunter.
Yep.
Yeah, but look how the car slid as he accelerated out of the attack mode activation zone, because the track is so dirty offline, and that's not going to get better until a load of people start using the attack mode activation zone.
Note the chevrons, those little arrowheads next to Maxi Gunter's name. That means he has all 4 minutes of power remaining, or 3 minutes after this current use of attack mode is up, and he will lose those chevrons till he is down to a clock that will count down to the end of his power advantage.
Here comes da Costa. He's closed that gap.
Now, if you're Sam Bird at this point, if he takes attack mode now, Bird, he drops back to 4th place, I would have thought, because you're going to lose a couple of seconds when you take it. So if you're someone who has a bit of clear air behind you, maybe Robin Frijns, because there's a bit of a gap to Lucas de Grassi, maybe you decide to take it now. But if you're Sam Bird, you do not.
No, I wouldn't. If I was Sam, I absolutely would not, Jack. You're going to lose 2 spots. And you're going to, not only that, you're going to go back behind both BMWs, so there might be, then the team orders might come. He's already defending. Yeah, if I'm Alexander Sims, I'm thinking I might have done it there. But definitely Jerome D'Ambrosio, you'd think, okay, I'll have a go.
Well, Stephen Lane, Bird's engineer, told him keep his eyes forward, but he's defending into most of the corners, taking, not fully, but certainly taking the middle line.
The problem with doing that is you can't carry momentum like you would, so it makes your energy saving worse, and the problem just gets exacerbated. So by moving to the inside, you're not opening up the corner as much as you normally would, as much as the car behind can, so you're having to overslow, having to use more energy to accelerate back up to speed.
And recall that Sam Bird still has that damage from the that bizarre qualifying incident, or have they fixed that?
No, they've fixed. Okay. The damage is now fixed on the diffuser underneath.
2826.
So when he's saying those numbers, he's giving the team a reading of how much energy he has remaining. At the moment, he has 1% less than da Costa. You can see at the bottom, 74% for Sam Bird, and bottom right, 75% for Antonio Felix da Costa.
The cars just race so differently than the Generation 1 car. Just watching the way they approach the corner, it's a much different look to the way that the car races. And da Costa's, he's hunting.
Should get full regen now.
When they talk about regen, they're talking about basically when they lift off and brake, and they can pull a paddle, and it turns the electric motor into reverse, and it puts energy back into the battery.
Regeneration.
There's an attack mode.
And that is Daniel Abt in 9th place, so he goes into his attack mode without losing any places, crucially.
Good strategy.
So now he gets to run at 225 kilowatts of power for the next 4 minutes.
Nelson Piquet did the same thing, 19th in the Jaguar.
But here are the top 3, the top 4 in fact. It's the Envision of Bird, then the BMWs of da Costa and Sims, and then the other Envision of Robin Frijns. Oliver Turvey's doing a good job up in 7th place. Massa a bit wide there, and he's going to be under big pressure.
Oh, that was close.
Sorry, no, it wasn't Massa, was it? It was Mortara. So he's under pressure from Lotterer.
1579.
Lucas
They come
Degrassi,
down.
P5.
Look at the leaders.
Oh,
4 together. And there's Robin Freitz at the back of the queue.
4205.
if I'm Freitz, I'm going now because the next lap it might be too late and Degrassi might be too close to you to allow you to activate attack mode.
Those are the attack modes they have remaining. 2 for the top 8. Abt and Gunther have used theirs. There up the inside goes Jose Maria Lopez past Oliver Turvey, and that's for 7th place now. Good man, sells Jay Penske.
Oliver Turvey made great progress. No, nobody's gone for attack mode in this lead group.
Keep in mind, Abt was able to hold his position, and he only had 3/4 of a second of a gap when he picked up attack mode.
Bird, DaCosta, Sims and Freitz, the top 4.
So much less lifting.
0.28 more than Alex. You need to get the move done.
Sam Bird saying, I'm doing so much less lifting, and DaCosta being told, you have to get the move done. But we've seen on so many occasions, Sam Bird, the man born in Roehampton, is an incredibly difficult man to pass.
But was he saying he's doing so much less lifting, or I am?
I think he meant he is, as in
Yeah, DaCosta
yeah. Behind.
Yeah. As
Green 360.
I wonder when he looks in the mirror, will he be able to see the colour change? And DaCosta's looking!
Oh, that's a tight closing gap, and there's a bit of a nudge. Bird just about keeps it out the wall. 31 minutes plus a lap to go. This is going to be a long time for Bird to hold on to the lead of this race. And now everybody is concertinaing together.
Top 6, nose to tail. So
Into
if
turn
you're
1 again.
D'Ambrosio, why do you not take arm attack mode this time through turn 3?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Mate. When you can do it, just keep working on the corners.
On board with Fringe, listen to him lifting, and then you hear the note of the engine change as it starts to regen.
Keep working on the corners is what Sam Bird was told.
15 minutes into the race, just a few seconds from now, the fan boost voting will close.
There
5
goes
drivers.
DaCosta into 4, and does he get it done? Yes, but Bird goes through the runoff area. Now they're side by side, and DaCosta is in front. Antonio Felix DaCosta takes the lead.
Here comes,
And here comes Alexander Sims around the outside, coming into turn 7. Great move from the Englishman, and it's now a BMW 1-2.
That was the limit by Sims. You saw the car dancing on the brakes, and he just managed to make it into the corner.
So BMW first and second, DaCosta ahead of Sims, Bird and Freitz third and fourth.
Up to strategy 16, and we keep our head down.
7305.
345 for Audi powertrains at the moment.
Yeah, but BMW it is, the other German mark, who are in front at the moment with half an hour plus 1 lap to go.
Yeah, but Bird's back on the attack already.
Well, I was wondering if Sam Bird might just be running his race plan, just conserving energy, and he couldn't believe that the Andretti cars were so quick that they must be burning too much energy, but perhaps now he's realized that.
There's Daniel Abt passing.
Daniel Abt
Lopez.
in attack mode up the inside of Jose Maria Lopez. You can see the blue lights
Lopez
flashing on the
come
front of the car, and Lopez gives him a little nudge to say, thanks for that.
I think he lost part of his front wing by doing it.
Abt had just finished, that was his last couple of seconds. In attack mode, very, very wide there, Alexander Sims coming through the left-hander of turn 3. Is that going to give Bird an opportunity? Not quite.
Turvey, armed attack mode. So Bird's got slightly less usable energy. You can see it on the left of the screen.
Well, the question now will be whether the BMWs pull away, or whether Bird is able to stay with them. Here's a look at the replay. DaCosta, he was there. Bird tried to get into the corner, knew he wouldn't, and I don't think he would have kept
Yeah, he had
the
to give up
place.
the
He
spot.
knew that he wasn't going to
No,
hold on to
that was fair.
Yeah.
He gave the place up without too much of a fight.
Oh, he squeezed him though, didn't he? Wow.
You're not going to give it up easily, are you? It's the lead of the race.
And then Alexander Sims, because they're battling, just sticks it round the outside of Bird coming into the next corner. This is how close they get.
But watch the confidence of Sims. Hopefully we get to see him braking for turn 7 round the outside.
Yeah.
That was a really aggressive move and took a lot of bravery.
Here comes Sims in that blue and white BMW, looks to the outside and made the move stick. DaCosta it is leading, 4/10 clear of Sims, who is 4/10 clear of Bird. Here they come again. Robin Freitz in 4th position in the other purple Envision Virgin racing car. And then Degrassi is in 5th spot in the Audi, ahead of 6th place Jerome D'Ambrosio in the Mahindra. And there into attack mode. I think that was Jose Maria Lopez. Yes, it was. So Lopez goes through the activation zone, and he now is in attack mode, but none of our top 6 have used attack mode yet.
Now Lopez needs to use that attack mode to get after Daniel Abt.
How's energy compared to the others?
Truck is +1 compared to Bird behind.
You hear it there.
So it's Alexander Sims asking for a comparison for the energy of people behind, and he was told he's +1 to Sam Bird.
This is
None of the top 6 drivers have used it yet.
This is an incredible turnaround for the BMW team. Last year, they were the bottom team in the championship with the Andretti team. This year, they won the first race and were 1-2 in the second, as of right now.
Well, the BMW operation has all been building up to this, hasn't it? Ever since they kind of joined midway through season 2, really. We're now in season 5, and it was all aimed at hitting the ground running when they came in as a full works
team.
team.
Look at Lopez, Jack.
Here comes Jose Maria Lopez, looks to the outside, he's in attack mode. Abt is not. Abt keeps his nose in there, but Lopez gets the job done. So Abt passed Lopez in attack mode. Now Lopez has repassed Abt in attack mode. First and second, the 2 BMWs right together actually. Absolutely nose to tail, and they're starting to pull away.
As I mentioned earlier, the fan boost voting is now closed. Let's see who the top 5 vote-getting drivers were, and each will get a power boost to use once we are 22 minutes into this race, which is coming up very shortly. As the cars make their run down, and the BMW is just pulling away down to turn 7.
And there comes D'Ambrosio up the inside of Lucas Di Grassi.
Yeah,
so that's a great move for 5th place.
No attack mode, nothing, just got the job done. I wonder if Di Grassi start to struggle from the damage on the front wing of the car.
Yeah, maybe. Lopez in 7th position is a little bit further back, still with Daniel Abt right behind him. Meanwhile, Jean-Eric Verne is only up to 13th place, so he hasn't made a huge amount of progress. 25.5 minutes, +1 lap to go.
An incident involving cars 2, that's Sam Bird, and 28.
That'll be the chicane
cutting.
cutting.
The chicane incident.
Yeah, that'll be the chicane cutting.
Here comes Lotterer up the inside of Daniel Abt. He's the next man to come through. Lotterer is in attack mode with the blue lights flashing at the front of the car. So Abt loses another spot. And next up is Oliver Turvey, but Turvey has just run out of attack mode, just ticked down to 0. Meanwhile, D'Ambrosio, out of nowhere, in the red and white Mahindra, is coming into his own. There's confirmation that Bird and Da Costa are under investigation. I can't imagine anything's going to happen there.
You would hope not.
But look at Jerome D'Ambrosio, flying.
Bird is starting to hold the guys up a little bit behind. He's, and the Audis, are they starting to struggle a little bit? That Mahindra is really switched on. Yeah, there we go. You see.
It's a swap, isn't it? The Envision Virgin cars. Robin Franks going past Sam Bird. So a change for 3rd place between the 2 teammates. So maybe Bird himself is in a little trouble and Franks isn't. So 24.5 minutes to go.
Here are the results of the fan boost voting. Pascal Wehrlein with just 7%. He, of course, is out of the race. Sebastian Buemi.
D'Ambrosio up the inside and forces his way past Sam Bird. No. Bird manages to hold on. Felipe Massa also winning the fan boost, as well as race leader Antonio Felix da Costa and Stoffel Van Dorn, who's out of the race. But as if da Costa needed any more help at the moment.
You're right, exactly.
So fan boost allows, in the second half of the race, the drivers to deploy and go to full power mode for a short period of time. There's the top 6 who still haven't entered attack mode once yet. The BMW is pulling away. Robin Franks now pulling away from Sam Bird, and there goes Lucas Di Grassi, and is he going to lose out? No, just about manages to keep in front of Lopez.
Beautifully done. You can tell they practiced that this morning, got the line absolutely spot on and spent the minimum amount of time in the activation zone. You can see the damage on both parts of the middle of the nose and the pod in front of the left front wheel too. Don't know if that'll cause it too much of a problem.
Di Grassi being told the car behind. I don't think that was Di Grassi's radio. It didn't sound like Marcus Mickelberger, and I think it must have been Mortara's, because he said the car behind is also on attack mode, and it's only Mortara and Roland, as you can see from the tower on the left, that are in attack mode. So it's sort of 3 chevrons on the one little triangle. That means 4 minutes remaining.
D'Ambrosio is looking to have another go at Sam Bird. Here we go. He's going to the outside.
Oh, and he moves over on him, a little bit of contact. D'Ambrosio forces his way through. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. move, but it seems more and more popular these days.
But the track turns to the right.
Keep eyes forward. We'll get him.
And they both didn't really turn to the right.
And there now up the inside comes Lucas de Grassi. Now he is in attack mode, so no wonder he's able to pass Bird. But Bird is really, really struggling. I'm interested to see what his energy usage is.
So he should go forward. Let's just try and stay with him efficiently.
Let's try and stay with de Grassi efficiently.
Easier said than done. I wonder how much the balance of the car has gone away from Sam Bird, the grip front relative to the rear. You need that to be spot on in order to save energy and still go quick. Anybody can save energy, but the trick is to go quick. As Jean-Eric Verne arms his attack mode and almost gets past. That was close.
Yeah, that was Mitch Evans in the Jaguar that almost managed to get through, but Jean-Eric Verne now with the blue pulsating lights is in attack mode. He'll have a bit more power, 25 extra kilowatts to try and attack the cars in front. But weirdly, D'Ambrosio has got past Bird and Frates. D'Ambrosio's up into third place, so a good move from Jerome D'Ambrosio. They're the two leaders, but they're in third place. The white and red Mahindra of Jerome D'Ambrosio, talking to their team boss, and there next up goes Lucas de Grassi. He's on attack mode, and he's through past Robin Frates. Talking to Dilbag Gill, team boss of Mahindra, he was saying, no, we know where we are, 6th or 7th, I'm happy with that. He's up in third place now, Jerome D'Ambrosio, but he's going to be under big pressure now from Lucas de Grassi. De Grassi in attack mode. D'Ambrosio thinks about now. If you're D'Ambrosio, do you defend from de Grassi or not?
At that point, absolutely, because it cost him nothing. It didn't cost him lap time. So, yeah, you're going to defend.
De Grassi's only got another minute. Keep in mind, Jerome D'Ambrosio is no surprise. He was on the podium in third place 4 weeks ago in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, every second he can keep D'Ambrosio behind is another second. De Grassi behind is another second. He doesn't have to catch him up later.
Now Bird goes through attack mode there, through the activation zone. It comes out behind Lopez, but immediately back to the inside. Lopez is not an easy man to overtake. These two were teammates a couple of years ago, but Bird gets the job done, and he is now back up into 6th position. De Grassi still not past D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio's done well to keep the Brazilian behind.
Not long to go. If he could just hold on, then when the status quo and as far as power levels is resumed, D'Ambrosio can start to pull away again and then start arming the attack mode. That's how I'd play it anyway.
De Grassi's in his final minute now of attack mode.
This is the danger zone, Jack, just coming up to turn 11.
We're on board with him now. When we get to the straight's not quite long enough, is it? Now De Grassi, you can see in the final 30 seconds of his attack mode, so he'll just about get it down to turn 1.
Yeah, De Grassi was trying to conserve some energy too. He's close enough. If he can get off turn 12, yeah, I'd be nervous if I was D'Ambrosio.
Covers the inside line in the Mahindra, De Grassi in the Audi. See, this is the thing, you get extra power with the attack mode, but you don't get extra energy. So you can go faster in the straight line, but you're using more energy while you're doing that. De Grassi has now run out of attack mode and settles down in 4th place.
Both BMWs through the attack zone.
So they are playing that nicely. Now Robin Frates through the attack zone, and he comes out just in front of Sam Bird. And so those two now in attack mode together.
Look at the marbles on the side of the track. We haven't really seen much of this in Formula E. The rubber that is being tortured with these new Generation 2 cars, and it's having to work much harder. And if you go offline, it's a much bigger penalty with the rubber. And you see, looks like the two DS, the Cheetah cars are about to make a, I don't know, one of them, I think Verne's going to make a pass. Did he make it? Yep, he's gone.
So Jean-Eric Verne up into 8th place. Verne is in attack mode, his final minute of attack mode. Lotterer is not. He's done the fastest lap of the race as well, Jean-Eric Verne, so he's carving his way up the order now up into 8th place. I think Lotterer has done an attack mode as well, off the top of my head. We'll try and, I say off the top of my head, I could just look at the screen. Yes, they've both done an attack mode there.
D'Ambrosio is only person.
And now we've got the graphics as well, so I absolutely know what's going on.
Ask and ye shall receive, Jack.
Yeah, 18.5 minutes, plus 1 lap left. D'Ambrosio in 3rd is doing a great job. What can Lucas de Grassi do?
Another great job.
Yeah. Look, I like Jerome D'Ambrosio, don't get me wrong. I felt him against Verlaine, and I know this isn't a true representation, but I thought Verlaine would have the edge. He did out-qualify him, but this is what D'Ambrosio does. He gets the car to the end of the race in a strong position.
He's constantly underrated.
Yeah.
Which sometimes is not a bad thing. As we go on board Robin Frates through turns 4 and 5, he jumps the curb. Watch this bump he's about to come over. In a second you hear it. There you go. Now it's this long straight heading down to turn 7. He's on full attack mode, trying to catch the car in front. He really needs to pass Degrassi and take advantage of having the attack mode and using that extra energy to use it.
DaCosta and Sims, as we see Sam Bird now. This was him up the inside of Lopez, and managed to hold on to that one.
Yeah, there's a point you can't run through there side by side. Lopez did the smart thing.
Now, though, the attack mode is on Robin Fraintz and Sam Bird, and they're both right on the back of Lucas Degrassi. So let's see what these Envision Virgin cars can do as they try and get back into a podium spot.
And they've all got the same powertrain. They've all got the Audi powertrain. How aggressive Robin Fraintz be going into turn one?
Oh,
bit
big!
of a late chop.
Wow, that was D'Ambrosio. A late move from Degrassi, chopped late by Jerome D'Ambrosio. The two of them nose to tail. That's really going to help Robin Fraintz. Here comes the Dutchman coming into the left-hander of turn 3. Not quite close enough, though.
But they've defended, Jack. Both the cars in front have defended, so Fraintz can possibly, third car in line, can get a run out of turn 3. Nope, didn't make it happen.
But he's going to have the extra power coming into 4. That's Robin Fraintz we're looking back at now from on board with Lucas Degrassi.
He got a good run out of 5 through the kink in 6. Now he's lost a bit of space, but he's got to use that bit more energy to get past Lucas Degrassi.
Sam Bird has now run out of his first attack mode. Degrassi right up behind D'Ambrosio.
And we've seen Jerome defend before. He's very good at defending. And he's doing that great job. He's not, that one chop was a bit borderline. Apart from that, I think he's driven brilliantly.
So, but what is the energy scenario regarding these cars? That's the question. The top two are about to end their attack mode. Robin Fraintz this time on Degrassi. No, not quite. Here's the energy remaining. So Degrassi has less than all of the cars around him, really, apart from Bird. D'Ambrosio in third place. He feels like the sort of stopper in the bottle, but he's got the most energy out of all of these 4. Here comes Fraintz. He's got 13 seconds of attack mode left. He's got to do it now or never. Outside of turn 1, you're going to get on the sand and be in all sorts of trouble. Now he'll try and get the switch back, but he's out of attack mode now.
That was a bit of a waste of attack mode, really.
Into turn 3. Here's the view back from Jerome D'Ambrosio. Lucas Degrassi there, right behind. This is the battle for the podium spot because, frankly, the 2 BMWs are gone.
Yes, they really are. Incredible so far. 4.6 seconds, yeah, ahead of Jerome D'Ambrosio and leading this battle in the orange and white Mahindra. A late look. Yeah, you see, he does that. Lucas tends to do that. He puts that nose to the inside on braking to try and distract. I think that was Verne going past Lopez in the background.
Yep, so Jean-Eric Verne up into 7th place in the DS Techeetah. He's going to be with this fight before too long, isn't he?
Just thinking that. He's going to do it again.
You know what, if you're Sam Bird, the last thing you want to see is that gold and black Techeetah with Jean-Eric Verne in your mirrors. Because you know how aggressive he is.
Yeah, Sims is doing a great job, right with his teammate DaCosta in only his 2nd Formula E race.
It's his 2nd Formula E race. He's a rookie. Incredible job. Cannot say enough about the job that Alexander Sims is doing.
On board again with Degrassi. That's the sound of him lifting off. And there he gets on the brakes and employs the regeneration in the brakes to put energy back into the battery.
And these guys are flying in formation in the 2 BMW Andrettis.
They looked favourites after pre-season testing. They won the opening race a month ago, but some of the others, they weren't the fastest.
Fraintz and Bird have just armed attack mode for the 2nd and final time.
Okay, so that's clever. The 2 teammates doing it together. They had enough of a gap back to Jean-Eric Verne, so now watch them trying to attack Degrassi and D'Ambrosio.
But they cannot waste it, Jack. They've got to go forward here, otherwise it's a massive waste of 12% more power.
So keep an eye on them. Oh, it was all kicking off behind, wasn't it? That was Lotterer, Lopez and Buemi. Here they come. And it is now, still that order.
That's an aggressive trio right there.
Certainly is. 13 minutes and 20 seconds to go. That is Lopez in the Dragon car. The white and black machine ahead of the similarly excitingly coloured Nissan. And there goes Fraintz. He's got past Degrassi. That's 4th place now for Robin Fraintz, and Sam Bird is going to try and follow through. But these guys are on their 2nd attack mode. Degrassi still has 1 to use. When will he decide to deploy it?
D'Ambrosio still has 2, and as you see, Bird's pulling away now from Fraintz.
Sam Bird up the inside, and there we go.
These guys have got to set sail. They've got to get past Jerome D'Ambrosio at the earliest opportunity and keep going. That's the only chance they've got of even getting the BMW cars into sight.
Now, is this the time for D'Ambrosio to do it? Because he's got a big gap.
I think it is.
And
There
it
he
is.
goes right now.
And does he
Oh,
hold it?
did it?
Oh, just about. Well, the thing was,
That was
because
close.
the cars behind were in attack mode, you're going to lose a relative larger
But he
amount.
locked up on the way in, didn't he?
Okay.
Oh, look at France is right there.
The battle for third place, the final spot on the Marrakesh E-Prix podium. We're on board with Robin Freins now.
But he still has to, the car's telling him, the car's beeping in his ear saying, you got to lift now, you got to save energy now. The car tells you what to do. It's
And how difficult is
really
it
annoying.
to do that?
And you got to do it. You've got to pay sometime. You've
Yeah.
got to adhere to it. If you don't do it this lap, you're going to have to pay twice as much next lap. So you just got to get on with it and do what the car tells you. Very frustrating though.
So D'Ambrosio,
7-9-9-6.
Freins, both in attack mode. That was Freins on the radio, giving his energy reading. Aggressive driver, Robin Freins.
He's got to get him into turn one, Jack. He's got to just keep the momentum going, keep going forwards.
Those of you who may remember the 2012 Formula Renault 3.5 championship that he won in controversial circumstances, colliding with Jules Bianchi. He's willing to do anything for a win, Robin Freins, and there's Sam Bird, his Envision Virgin teammate right behind, and those are the two.
They're
I feel like the gap's come
Yeah,
down.
that's 2.5 seconds. They're definitely catching, but they've both used the second of their attack modes.
Robin Freins being told we have to make the gap to De Grassi behind. Keep pushing.
He's probably thinking, I'm trying my best.
There's Lopez. Going through the attack mode for the second time, through the activation zone for the second time, and there is De Grassi and Verne. So Verne's had a go at De Grassi. De Grassi's cut the corner and held on to the place.
Yeah, look for Verne to make a big old overtaking go.
Oh, De Grassi hasn't covered it there. Here they come now, and Verne is through. Verne's not in attack mode, so I'm surprised De Grassi defended so strongly at the chicane, and then didn't really cover the inside at 11.
Maybe because he shortcutted and he thought, I've got to give it up anyway.
Yeah, turn 7, sorry, my apologies. There's the two leaders. Where's their lead gone?
I wonder because of those guys are running in attack mode. D'Ambrosio, Freins, Bird.
Yeah, maybe,
Just shows how big a difference. I mean, that lead has shrunk now to a second from 4.5.
Yeah, but they've done one attack mode. These guys are only in their second attack mode. So
be careful. I wonder if they're saving it in case there's a yellow flag, in case there's a full course yellow or a safety car.
As we saw in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they did a very good job of that. And look at the marbles at the side of the track in turn 1.
Robin Freins and Sam Bird are out of usable energy now. Out of attack mode now. So that's all their attack modes used up. D'Ambrosio is still in his. And then Verne, De Grassi, Lotter and Buemi all have one to use as well. So did the Envision Virgin guys make enough of a gap to be safe from the drivers behind? That's going to be the question. And these are the two BMW Andretti guys out in first and second place.
Oh, Sims going for the lead.
Up the inside goes Sims, and Da Costa's locked up!
What are you doing?
They hit each other, Da Costa's in the wall, and the lead is gone! What on earth has gone on? Roger Griffiths cannot believe what he's seeing. The team principal and the Mahindra team are in the lead of the race.
What? The first rule, do not take your teammate out.
Mad! Mad!
And
Da Costa's out!
Come on.
Mad! So who went... So what? So
Sims went to the outside.
Yeah.
And sort of locked everything up. And they touched. Let's have. We'll get to see a replay. But
Yeah.
come on, guys.
Wow.
Energy, please.
12.40.
That's Sims.
So calm, Alexander Sims. Here comes Lotterer up the inside of De Grassi. So De Grassi really slipping away now.
This is Robin Salt into the win for De Grassi. He's seen both DS Cheetah cars coming from the back and coming past him. Crikey.
Wow. 8.5 minutes plus a lap to go. Yeah, it really is.
Michael Andretti in Indianapolis, his head has just exploded.
I think Roger Griffiths is reasonably exploding.
Yeah.
He's working on his lecture already.
I've known him a long time. That's an angry Roger Griffiths.
There's Da Costa.
I'd love to see a replay of that because it just...
Here we go then. So this is... So Sims goes to the outside, Da Costa's on the inside. Sims has a big locker.
They both
Da Costa
lock up.
locks up as well.
But why is Sims going to the...
So the collision is not... They both locked it up coming into turn one. They both locked it up. Safety car deployed.
Oh.
And that is going to tighten things up as well.
Jerome D'Ambrosio still has attack mode left. There says it
Let's
all.
do a lot of cars.
Yeah.
Get ready for a parade in the attack mode acquisition.
Frames
zone.
and Bird though.
Yeah.
Don't. Oh, that's shocking.
Championship lead evaporated.
You just don't do that.
It's well, tears of joy. Safety car deployed. Tears of joy for Da Costa on the podium after winning at Diriyah.
If you're
No tears yet, but there is going to be some feelings. That's for sure.
I tell you what, those boys will either be in Munich or Indianapolis next week for a discussion with the
I
bosses.
dare you to speak to Roger Griffiths on the radio now.
Yeah.
Double dare you. Wow. So safety car deployed. That means the race is neutralized and everybody will bunch up. As you say, Jerome D'Ambrosio has one attack mode remaining. He can deploy that behind the safety car and use it up then, or he can wait till the safety car's coming in. But Fraintz and Bird, I'm afraid, are relatively
Sitting ducks. Yeah, and who's got fan boost?
And they can use the attack mode there, but the difficulty here, in Saudi Arabia, you knew when the safety car was coming in, so you'd take attack mode. Here it's a bit of a guess, so all the teams will be watching the TV coverage like the rest of us, and when that looks like that car is clear, they'll say, go through attack mode. It must be coming in this lap.
Now you're going to lose time going into turn 3 and through the middle of turn 3, arming attack mode, but you gain time coming off because the car is straighter towards the exit.
9 places gained for Jerome D'Ambrosio. What a performance this is from the Belgian.
14 for Andre Lauderer.
Yeah. And all the positions thrown away for Antonio Felix da Costa.
That feeling.
What is it? What is it? What are you thinking when you're just going around in your head?
Yeah.
Why have I done that?
Over again. Well, I'm not sure.
So look, but da Costa's defending it.
Yeah, but where did Sims... It depends what they've been told. If they've been told, right boys, you can race, get after it, then that's one thing. But if you're not expecting your teammate to do that...
But there's... Okay, is it fair to say there's... I can't see any blame for the collision. I can see what you're saying, that Sims shouldn't have gone for it. Once he has gone for it, it's not as though they've both just locked up and just bumped each other and...
Da Costa's locked up on a bump.
Yeah.
He's locked up on a bump. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Neither of them should have... It's not a clear-cut thing.
No,
it's not just like, oh, Sims, it's your fault. Neither of them are 100% to blame on that one, but both of them hold a responsibility not to do anything stupid.
Yeah, it's not like when we see, you know, some teammates collide in the pit. You think of Senna and Prost, for example, and in Suzuka, and you can go, right, well, that was Senna's fault. So, yeah, 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Let's hear then from the team boss of Mahindra, Dilbagh Gill. His car's leading the race.
Dilbagh, Jerome D'Ambrosio is doing a fantastic job for you so far. How's your pulse?
Man, I'm just holding my breath.
You think he's got enough to hang on? He's got one attack mode more than the 2 cars behind him.
We hope so, because I think now there's another 4 minutes left in the race and 1 lap, so I think it's no time for us to get into attack mode and then to take it till the end.
Okay, good luck.
Well, there is Dilbagh Gill.
Good on him for talking to us at that point.
Yeah, I know. Roger Griffiths didn't pick up.
Yeah, he's
not surprised.
I don't know if we actually tried to. I'm not. I have no idea whether we tried to speak to Roger. I don't
think
we
it
did.
would be fair
so,
at this point.
So yeah, so he didn't.
So 4 minutes plus a lap, guys.
Now is the road clear? Here comes D'Ambrosio now. So he reckons that it's coming in this lap, the safety car, and the same is being done. So Sims is the odd one here, and it's 4 minutes, because also there's only 4 minutes left.
Precisely.
And
Plus
so,
a lap. 4 minutes plus a lap, Jack.
No, I think no, I thought Lopez missed it for a moment. It was Gunther. Yeah, but 4
Lopez
minutes
missed
plus
it
a lap.
a couple of times in
By the
Saudi.
time they get through next time around, there's going to be less than 4 minutes in the race. So I think that's a bit of a whoopsie from Alexander Sims. Maxi Gunther there has picked up some stuff on his front wing, but
yes.
I think Sims has, well,
I think Sims has got more things on his mind right now than
yeah.
arming attack mode. I mean, yeah, if you're Da Costa,
oh, it's still there. It's still there.
If you're Da Costa, your emotions are swirling so quickly just now, you can't make sense of it. What have I done? Was it my fault? How do I explain this one? You know, and you're just trying to figure out, replay it in your mind. What could I have done differently?
Just over and over and over again.
If that was me, in a week's time, I'd still be thinking about it. It really, really burns. It's a horrible, horrible feeling. And you might say, these guys are it's only a race. It's these guys' life. They take it very seriously, and every person that works on one of those cars takes it incredibly seriously too.
So, I'm not sure. I don't know why they haven't moved Acosta's car. I wonder if it's still charged up, because there are lots of rules about when you can touch the car, when you can't touch the car, obviously, because it's electric. So if the car is still there next time the safety car comes around, that might be it. That might be the end of the E-Prix.
I think we saw a replay of DaCosta taking the steering wheel off to get out of the car. I would think, and I'm not sure about this, but when the steering wheel comes off, you'd think the car would just shut down.
I don't know the answer to that one, but I think, did he throw the steering wheel? I was trying to see, did he actually throw the steering wheel?
I think he just put it on there.
And also, he's there. It's not as though he's vacated the scene. He's still there, looking back on it. So I think if they need his help.
Another point on that situation. It's only the second race now. We've had the first race, but DaCosta was leading the championship. And yeah, I hear the car's getting taken down the skateboard. You're leading the championship. You've got to treat your teammates with respect. And I don't.
Yeah. So that's on Sims.
Nah, I mean that part is yes, but it
I'm not
depends.
trying to sensationalise
but it depends what the team said. And Alexander Sims goes for the attack mode activation zone now. It depends what they said to the team. If they said, right boys, you can go racing. But if they said, right, look after each other, we're going to hold position for a minute, then you can race later. I don't know. We weren't party to those discussions, but it was one of the Neos, Tom Dillman going for the activation zone.
There's Felipe Massa. He's got his second dose. So everybody is on their second shot of attack mode right now.
Not to belabor a point, but if I'm the team boss right now, I'm going to say, I don't care. I don't care which one of you both caused that problem. And you're both in a lot of trouble. I've had a bit of I've had a row, shall we say, from Michael Andretti before. It's not pleasant.
So, safety car is still out. Now, when's it going to hit the... I think we're going to... we might, if they... I'm just trying to figure it out. If they get across the line now, before the clock ticks to 0, I don't think they're going to.
No, they're not.
I think we're going to finish behind the safety car here, you know.
Unless it can go now.
Yeah, but they're...
Yeah,
safety car in this lap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Franchitti called it.
One lap.
Stopped clock is right twice a day.
That's right.
So safety car comes in.
This then will be the final lap.
Here we go.
Thinking, no.
A one-lap sprint to the flag. Everybody backed up. D'Ambrosio's about to... Sims is about to start the final lap, and he'll be the only driver with attack mode.
Him and Tom Dillman, but he's the guy to go.
Here we go then. The final lap of the Marrakesh E-Prix begins. Jerome D'Ambrosio leading. Frace in second. Bird in third. And Sims
going.
Already getting Larry, and a big lock-up from Robin Frace into turn 1. Managed to get it stopped.
Sims had to commit to the inside jack and he didn't do it.
Here he comes.
Damage to the diffuser of the car in front.
Trying to go one way, trying to go the other way around Sam Bird. Looks to the outside line, isn't able to do it there either.
Sims. Try into 4, because if you get into 4, then you can get Frains into 7.
And he's gone for it into 4 around the outside.
Nope, it's not going to happen.
Now the cut back and then down into 7.
Yeah, it's a good chance of getting him to 7, Jack, but then he's got to try and get Frains into 11, which is...
De Grassi as well is in the same situation, but he's a bit too far back. Now here comes Sims to the outside. This went well last time, didn't it? Onto the brakes into turn 7, and he still can't get it done. Sam Bird defensively driving beautifully. Robin Frains is really close to D'Ambrosio. There's 3 more corners, I should say, to go on the circuit. Big lock-up somewhere further back, but it's nose to tail for the lead. Can Robin Frains get it away from D'Ambrosio and take his first Formula E victory? Or will D'Ambrosio pick up his 3rd?
This is the money point right here. He's got to defend all the way in.
And he gets it stopped. One more corner, but it's only a little flick right. Does Frace fancy the lunch? Oh, look up from D'Ambrosio!
No,
he slides out wide, but he holds on to win in Marrakesh. Jerome D'Ambrosio wins for Mahindra. Absolute joy on the radio.
I love you guys! I love Mahindra!
That's D'Ambrosio screaming, I love Mahindra.
That's what it means.
I love you guys! guys!
Mate, please, rotary in, raise rotary in.
That's why
watch
De
out.
Costa's so upset.
Brakes, please.
That's
Work
what it
on
means
that
to win.
tires, man. Safety car.
If you're Andres Castillo,
Raise rotary.
everyone's going mad, and you've got to be like, yeah, calm down.
I got to talk to my driver.
Well done, Jerome.
That's
You're a hero.
Dilbag Gill, team boss.
Right, let's have a word.
Jerome, don't we? Jerome, it's Dario. Congratulations, what a wonderful drive. Two races, two podiums, well done.
Mate, keep an eye on the tire, please. Keep an eye on the tires.
He must be top of the championship now. I haven't done the maths because it's been so frantic, but he must be top of the championship. Because he's podiumed in... Here comes some donuts.
Yeah, I would think with Verne back in 5th, following his 2nd place in Saudi Arabia, it's got to be Jerome D'Ambrosio.
He's nearly hit Degrassi on his way back onto the track.
That wouldn't go
Oh,
down
why
well.
not? Everybody else has.
Thanks, Dario. Amazing. This is amazing. I'm part of such an amazing team. I'm loving it, guys. I'm loving it. Congratulations to everyone. Amazing.
And the track finally goes completely quiet. Here's a look at the final results. Jerome D'Ambrosio, 3rd career win. Robin Prins equaling his best ever performance in the series. Sam Bird makes it 2 Envision Virgin teams cars on the podium. Then Alexander Sims, who has some explaining to do, one suspects. The 2 DS Cheetah cars, Jean-Eric Vergne and Andre Lauderer, that'll benefit them in the team's championship. Lucas Degrassi, with a damaged car, made it home 7th. Sebastian Buemi 8th, followed by Mitch Evans and Daniel Abt. Jose Maria Lopez 11th, Maxi Gunter in 12th, then Eduardo Mortara, Nelson Piquet, Oliver Rowland, and so on. Then 4 drivers who did not see the checkered flag: De Costa, Paffett, Wehrlein, and Van Dorn.
Jerome D'Ambrosio, who started in 10th place, has ended up winning the 2019 Marrakesh E-Prix.
Victory Fez. I love that tradition.
And here comes Dilbag up onto the podium. Joanne is coming up with him. And D'Ambrosio has had 4 years at Dragon. I've never had Jay Penske as a boss. He's an incredibly successful man, businessman. He's not Dilbag Gill, you know, in terms of the love, I suppose. It's such a family atmosphere at Mahindra. And I guess it stems somewhat from that Indian culture of family, and it bleeds down into the team, and Dilbag treats the whole team like his family. Doesn't know where to stand though. There you go, on that step there, Dilbag. And the wreath is...
Should probably get used to it.
handed out, yeah, exactly.
Well, to your point, he's, you know, Jay Penske is no Dilbag Gill. I don't think there's any team owner or team principal in the pit lane, with the possible exception of Alan McNish, who is as warm toward everybody wearing his team's uniform, and everybody else in the paddock for that matter, than Dilbag Gill.
So Frank Duggan hands out the trophy to Joanne and Dilbag. And the other thing, I was beaming from ear to ear when Da Costa won in Saudi, because you will not find a nicer man, but actually maybe you will with Dilbag Gill. Monsieur Sam Bird started on pole position, finished in 3rd place behind his teammate, which I think will frustrate him a little bit, but overall he'll be very satisfied to get points on the board, to climb up onto the podium. So often he has won races, Sam Bird. This is his 16th career Formula E podium in his 47th start. That's a pretty decent hit ratio for the 32-year-old who celebrated his birthday on Wednesday. And he climbs up onto the 3rd step.
Kind of cementing a reputation as the most successful ABB Formula E driver who has yet to win the championship.
Oh, undoubtedly. Marco Peroni hands out the trophy to Sam Bird, managing director of Julius Baer. Another trophy for Bird.
He also collected the Julius Baer Pole Position Award and those all-important 3 bonus points that moved him up in the championship.
Here comes Robin Freins. Only his second ever Formula E podium in his 24th Formula E start. Season 2 in Putrajaya, he crashed his car, stuck it in the wall, but it was such a race of attrition he managed to drive around with 3 wheels for 2 laps and finish on the podium. This one just as impressive, and his highest ever finish in ABB FIA Formula E. Sam Bird bowing down. Those two have a great laugh together. A right old pair. And the first time Sam Bird's had a teammate that's of relatively similar stature. They were having a competition actually yesterday, who is taller. I think Freins comes in at 174 centimetres, Bird comes in at 169.5. He was very keen to point out the half.
Yes, and how important that half is when your number of centimetres matches his.
Yusuf Zahidi, president of the Motoring Club of Morocco, handing out the trophy to Robin Freins. So those are the Envision Virgin Racing drivers, second and third. Really strong performance. They're going to be happy with that, but they're not going to be as happy as this man, Jerome D'Ambrosio. He's won 2 races before, both through disqualification though. And after a frantic drive where he started in 10th place, made up positions in the first part of the race, and then seemingly out of nowhere was able to pass the Envision drivers, and for the first time in his career actually gets to stand on the top step in ABB FIA Formula E. He's been in the series since the first race.
Yep, one of the original 6, 5 of whom have raced every round of the championship since its inception, including Jerome D'Ambrosio. And of course the old expression is a win is a win any way you can get it, but
Tell him
when you actually finish first, take that checkered flag and climb the podium. Don't get the trophy later on when somebody gets DQ'd. This has to be very special for him.
So the trophy handed out by Karim Kassi Lalou, the Wali Governor of Marrakesh, and for the first time it's the top step of the podium in Formula E for Jerome D'Ambrosio in the second race of the season. And for the first time as well, it's going to be the Belgian national anthem on the top step for Jerome D'Ambrosio. So the Belgian national anthem and then the Indian national anthem. Honestly, if you'd have asked me why we'd be hearing the Belgian national anthem, I would have thought Stoffel van Dorn. But not finishing this race and not taking part in qualifying either. A horrible weekend for him. But Jerome D'Ambrosio from Etterbeek does the selfie with Robin Freins and Sam Bird after yet another absolutely frantic race in ABB FIA Formula E. They just deliver and deliver and deliver, and then you think the BMW guys are done. You think the BMW guys, they're 1-2, cruise to the end, then they crash into each other. There's all sorts of debate raging on social media. Who was at fault for that BMW crash? Get in touch using the hashtag Marrakesh E-Prix to have your say. Obviously plenty more reaction to come over the course of the day and the coming weeks, and the next race is in Chile in a couple of weeks' time. But what a wonderful, wonderful, mad race, Bob.
Absolutely. Saturday, January 26th, we'll be speaking to you from Santiago, Chile, which in itself was an astonishing race last year that produced the first 1-2 team finish in history as the Techeetah boys, Jean-Eric Verne and Andre Lauderer, really took control of the championship. And the party will go on late into the night here in the Red City, and hopefully we'll have a chance to be a part of it. It should be well done, Jack. And hold that thought about the BMW team for just a moment as we check out the provisional results, as all race results are until the stewards have their final say. Jerome D'Ambrosio, his 3rd career win. Robin Freins and Sam Bird make it an Envision Virgin podium complete. Alexander Sims, Jean-Eric Verne, Andre Lauderer, Lucas de Grassi, Sebastian Buemi, Mitch Evans, and Daniel Lapp. I said at the top of the show that there were a lot of questions to answer about the balance of competitive power up and down the pit lane. But it's beginning to come into focus that the BMW Andretti crew the Audi crew, and of course, the Mahindra crew are the real deal. In the Drivers' Championship, after 2 of 13 events, we have a new leader. Jerome D'Ambrosio rises to the top over former leader Antonio Felix da Costa. Jean-Eric Verne and Andre Lauderer follow for Techeetah. Then Robin Frins, Sam Bird, Mitch Evans, Alexander Sims, Sebastian Buemi, and Lucas de Grassi. Oliver Rowland, Daniel Apton, Nelson Piquet also with points on the board after 2 rounds. In the Teams Championship, DS Techeetah with a 7-point margin over a tie between Mahindra and BMW I Andretti Motorsport, just 4 points further in arrears Envision Virgin, followed by Nissan Edams, Panasonic Jaguar, and Audi Sport Abt Schaeffler. 7 of the 11 teams entered have now scored points on the season. Now, a moment ago, I asked you to keep the BMW team in mind. Let's hear from them now with Nikki.